p.m. Central African Time, and welcome to Market View. We're going to have an interesting show yet again today, but first let's look at business news. On our first story, the Eswatini Agricultural Union says it will engage banks and different financial institutions on the importance of financing small and medium enterprises under this sector so that they can buy climate-smart technologies. The executive director, Lwazi Mamba, said agribusiness were now struggling with the negative impact of climate change threatening food security in the country. He was speaking during the stock-taking exercise at the George Hotel in Manzini.
A number of technologies have been adopted. Some are still under promotion, but the adoption rate is quite not impressive. If I could make an example, the issue of conservation agriculture, we even have a task force that works on issues of conservation agriculture. But there are those types of technologies which farmers may term labor intensive, like the potholing. We do understand that it's labor intensive if you are going to be producing on bigger land scales. So you find that farmers shy away from such technologies. Whereas in other countries like in Malawi, they are using those technologies and it's really, really working well for them. So what we see then we need to improve on is we need to see how we assist our farmers with tractor drone implements that are climate smart. So that I think the orientation is farmers need to go big in their production, but they cannot go big if they are using labor intensive technologies. So that's one of the things that we are working on. But some we are seeing agroforestry and the adoption of different number of technologies that farmers have been encouraged to take up, including those that are digital based. We have seen in other countries that some people are able to, even without being on the farm, to start an irrigation system. We then work with the private sector, the financiers, to try and help them to understand the needs of the farmer, but also to come up with products that are farmer friendly. We have seen a number of farmers. Some of these farmers are members of us, and some of them are young farmers, and they are just starting to see a future in farming. But one of them was affected by hailstorm, and he was using shade nets, and that investment was quite high. He was still paying the loan with the bank, but the problem was insurance. He's now struggling to come back to business because he was affected. The infrastructure that he put down there was really affected. So we need to work together with the private sector, both the financiers and the insurance, to say how do we then help the farmers to come up with to come out of any catastrophe that they face because of climate change.
Over 400 handicrafters are supported by the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade every year. Explaining how the ministry has helped businesses under this sector over the years, the Principal Handicraft Officer, Zodwa Vilagati, said the support includes connecting them with the right markets.
Our main objective is to impart skills to the unemployed youth and adults of Eswatini. Mainly what we do as a department, we visit these people, especially those that are already doing the skills, are already producing. We make sure that we look at their products in terms of quality, in terms of designs and standards. If we find that the products are not in good quality, or else they are not properly made, what we used to do, we conduct capacity building programs or trainings depending on the need that we identified while doing EMA visits to them. To those who do not have the skills, we impart the skill. We teach them or we train them on that particular skill that they will request that we assist them in acquiring it. What we normally do, we continue assisting them, more especially in marketing the products. Locally, we conduct exhibitions, flea markets. roadside markets. We assist them in organizing those types of markets whereby they expose their products for sale. Also, the ministry has trade fairs. We also participate in trade fairs whereby we take them to those trade fairs. In the country, we have the Eswatini International Trade Fair. Then there is the Botswana Consumer Fair, whereby the ministry also assists the artisans in taking them to showcase their products with the objective of finding markets. Again, there's the India Trade Fair, whereby through the assistance from the High Commission of India in Eswatini, 8 artisans this year were facilitated to go there and showcase Eswatini handcrafts.
6 minutes after 2, let's go for a net break. We speak to our in-house business journalist, Nelsiwe Ndlagamandla, after the break.
Sabatandi ukuthi njengalokhu sivile sive sithi khulumeni.
Be sure to catch Business Watch every Wednesday between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., where we feature the latest updates on business news, market trends, and exclusive interviews with industry leaders, as well as insights on emerging small and medium enterprises in the commercial sector. Business Watch, your business leader.
Welcome back to the program. The Executive Director of the Center for Coordination of Agricultural Research Development for Southern Africa under SADC, Sibusiso Dlamini, has advised farmers to diversify their production in the wake of climate change. He said there are crops that are drought resistant and farmers should take advantage of that.
The best thing is to revert to the traditional agriculture systems. Even this climate smart agriculture is a new term for an old concept, to be honest. So we encourage farmers to revert to the traditional farming systems which were sustainable and climate smart, because environment change has always been there, even though now we're in the context of climate change. And the other thing which is critical for farmers now is to diversify, because climate change affects and impacts agriculture in different ways. There are certain crops that can no longer survive because the rainfall patterns are erratic and there's frequent drought, there are some floods. So there are certain agriculture options that are there. So if farmers diversify, you'll find that they are involved in goat farming. Goats are robust and resilient. They are involved maybe in indigenous chickens. They are involved in drought-tolerant crops and others. So you'll find that a homestead has different crops which are almost adaptable to the impacts of climate change, instead of sticking to maize.
It was the Executive Director there, Nelsiwe, speaking on, I think the biggest thing that is emphasizing is the fact that farmers need to diversify. Tilimo tabo ungathikhanzi nje ulima patata kuphela na utsandza patata, but kutakuprotecta ukuthi ulime cishe konke nekufuya ekhathi uyakufaka ngivabo indigenous chickens there, indigenous birds. Why is that important?
Kumqoka kakhulu Sifiso njengoba esekachazile naye kwekuthi utawukhanza ukuthi letinye tilimo tiyashayeka kulesikhathi lesi asengibekise njena ngeminyaka wanga 2016-2015 bekuna El Nino lapho khona sabona kufa tinkomo la even leti over 80,000 lokusho kona ukuthi netilimo talimala lokusho kona ukuthi nangabe mhlawumbe uhlanyele emabhontshisi nangabe mhlawumbe ufakela uma shade net salo nje sibuka ukuthi yini lesingayenda njengoba isimo sekuguquguquka kwesimo selitulu solo vele sikhona solo futhi siyachubeka sibonile kuba nabo cyclone Eloise ngeminyaka wanga 2021 nalapho tilimo tashayeka so uthi nangabe le ubuka lokwekuthi kulesinye isikhathi kushisa kakhulu sale balimi babuka lokwekuthi lana ngingahlanyela ini kunekuthi salo sendumbila nje sonke isikhathi.
Unpredictable weather patterns is something that we are currently experiencing. I mean, namhlanje uka 33 degrees Celsius. Just a few days ago, bekufuna umbathisi, and last week, Monday and Tuesdays, and in fact, it rained for 48 hours. Ngiyayibona position yekuba ngumlimi ukuthi seyilikhuni kangakanani kanti ke sivile ukuthi kukhusatwa kangakanani ukuthi livela kangwane salo ngathi siyakucinisa kulima. I'm just asking from the perspective of engcenye loyo mlimi losemaphandleni kakhulu losemaphandleni, how accessible are these climate smart technologies? How expensive are they? Ayatfolakala in malula.
Lama climate smart technologies balimi esinawula sola kusho ngokona ukuthi vele akusiko malula ukuthi atfolakale asengibekise nje ngalama tunnels kunemlimi njengala iMalkens lesike sakhulumisana naye wasitshela ukuthi ukhanza ukuthi le tunnel ihamba la kubo 120,000 emalangeni but iAgriculture Development Fund lesukunyiswe ngihulumende ikhonela kona lokho ukuthi balimi nangabe nje sekabona ukuthi uyalima maybe at a larger scale angahamba aboleke but akhona shade nets nawo langasiwo ke wona la dule kakhulu lokusho kona ukuthi balimi bangawetama nabo njengoba ke litiko lisho kunalama funds lamaningi unabo horticulture fund nawo la qinisekisako ukuthi balimi baba nayo le access to funding kepha ke kwanyalo kusengilokuthi vele lama tunnels akhona la dule kakhulu basho njalo balimi ukuthi angathi kulikhunyana but there are these funds that government has put in place currently kwekuthi akhone kuba sita balimi nasekuta lapho.
Yeah, maybe just to rewind and maybe express the importance of the agricultural sector in our economy. I mean, last year, August 2023, sitfolelo ukuthi kwavetolo ukuthi nangemambala, it is a backbone of our economy. Litiko letekulima. In fact, there were a lot of projects la proposal kwavetana ukuthi atawakhe amathuba emisebenzi langakanani, but yet it is still being confronted by these challenges lesweva awasho umlangeni lapha nawo lo emphasize ako Nelson umuntu ufuna buta ukuthi how opportune is it right now for a person like Sifiso longathi nginaso lesifiso manje sethi ngiyawulima umhlaba engcenye nginawo uthini nje kimi angihambe ngiyawulima ngitiphle ingqondo kufuna ngitihambe enyalo eqinisekisene ekuthenini nakuvela letimo leti telitulu letikhona nyalo at least I'm protected.
National Disaster Management Agency uqinisekisile ukuthi uwenda le early warning system yakhe uyayithuthukisa currently so that atokhona kusheshe abone nangabe mhlawumbe kunesimo lesesita ubathika balimi, which is why government working with different stakeholders, even the agriculture union uthi nyalo asesibuke because we are seeing ukuthi climate change nalokuthi kulimateke tilimo vele sekuya intensify nyalo, so we need to find better solutions. Kunebalimisi National Disaster Management Agency njengoba ngichazile anaye met sebayabuka lokuthi yini lesingayenda kude ukuthi singadikhanzisi live sishayeka kakhulu sifika lapha kulomnyaka wanga 2015 2016 lapho khona sabona khona ukuthi even the production of maize, the staple food, yagcina seyehla yafika kubo 30 to 40% lendlela leyehla ngayo lokusho kona ukuthi nyalo litiko liyabuka kunebalimisi everywhere ma RDAs you can go there and ask ukuthi mina ngingusifiso ngifisa ukuthi ngilime but where do I start with the current situation. They'll give you the right guidance because from time to time we sikhulumile na PS waka agriculture ukuthi they touch base from time to time na MET na NDMA kubuka ukuthi engabe simo selitulu sikanjani sike sabona like lashisa kakhulu nakucala lomnyaka nalapho ukuthi wakutaba naye El Nino from both November last year. So they work together.
And there are times where it's even unpredictable, even for, BOMET, not even locally, globally. Kuveta a big threat to the agricultural sector. Let's listen to Sibusiso Dlamini, the Executive Director of CADESA. Nakachubeka athulanjelo ukuthi sihlupha kangakanani vele climate change kutekulima.
Through our research, we've come to the conclusion that farmers are highly adaptable and have been highly adaptable. So as much as research scientists have a very big role to play in capping climate change, the farmers have a massive role as well, because they've always been evolving and adapting to climate change. It's only now that climate change has been a bit alarming, but farmers will, if you take them as equal partners, we have a lot to learn from farmers as well.
Yeah, we have a lot to learn from farmers. It's clearly applauding farmers lakhona for their resilience and their efforts even in the wake of climate change. And also we've seen about COP28. So I would say salosithole strategies ekulwa nayo climate change. And of course, siyathi ukuthi sihlale sikhala ngokuthi thina sifake isandla lesincane kakhulu ekutheni climate change ibe, but yet sekufuna sibambise map. Asashayela balimi Tandla Nelsiwe, of course their resilience umuntu uyayibona le appreciation yemaswati ekuthenini ayabona lo ukuthi imcwa kangakanani emnothweni welive. Engabe imcwa kangakanani
le climate
the agriculture, yes.
The agriculture sector imcoka kakhulu for food sustainability nekuthi singa import kakhulu asengibekise nje thina kakhulu siyawulima umbila singemaswati, and 60% of emaswati vele ngingasakhulumeli nje de business asa depend vele kule subsistence farming. So lokuthi emaswati alime vele kumcoka kakhulu for food sustainability, and siyathi ukuthi nangabe sihlushwa ngokuguquguquka kwesimo selitulo. Ngawuphindze ngibekise nya El Nino 2016 lapho khona i-economy yashayeka 3 billion lo wakhanza ukuthi so yalahleka emnothweni welive ngenxa yalo guquguquka kwesimo selitulo sekune drought lapho. So kumcoka kakhulu ukuthi we find these new technologies uqinisekisa ukuthi asigcine isilive sesingasakhoni kudondla, which is what the Ministry of Agriculture and Government is striving for. Uthi ufisa ukuthi isilive sibe food sustainable.
Yeah, I want to quote the speech from the throne, Nelson, and maybe give you the opportunity then to speak up to speak to us about what is available for umlimi ekuthenini akhone ukuthi ithuthukisa kutemlimi. Umlisa, government has the mandate to ensure the country is food secure through a number of policies by promoting the production and marketing of agriculture and food commodities. Ndzaba lenkulu ngile food security, and you know we double back to subsistence farming as well as commercial farming. Silibonile ihlelo laka asilime kwethu, the backyard garden program in the previous parliament. The khona invuna I want you to tell us about the programs that are in place. Food security.
Ivetile indvuna yetekulima kwekuthi sekumele sicale nyalo kwekuthi sithi harvestele emandi ethu abe khona abe maningi, aphinze uhulumende watisukumisa dona leti khwama kwekuthi azame ukuthi to extend ukuthi a hand kubalimi wasukumisa bo subsidy program to say yes, maybe you will say awukhoni ukuthi wena utilimele, but let us help you with a certain percentage of the money lobo uvela utoyibhadala kuyothenga lokhu kwekulima bo fertilizer letinhlanyelo. So those are some of the programs. Bonambod, they have different different programs to ensure ukuthi emaswati ayakhona ukuthi akhone lokulima lapha even.
Yes, sithambe ukuthi amaswati doubt sebenzisa donke letkhwamalo soti balile Nelsiwe sijabule kakhulu na initiative ye water irrigation. Livela kangwane vele kuvetiwe ukuthi tilimo tethu dependa ku rain produce elitulwini nje nga 80% welitulu lokusikhathata kakhulu ke kunabo sikucocisana Nelsiwe ake sibahlwe market esicocisana na Sanele Sibiya our economist after the break.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76 222000 or dial *007 *3 *7 hash, or you can use Eswatini imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Be sure to catch Business Watch every Wednesday between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., where we feature the latest updates on business news, market trends, and exclusive interviews with industry leaders, as well as insights on emerging small and medium enterprises in the commercial sector. Business Watch, your business leader.
22 minutes after 2, we welcome our economist, Mr. Sanele Sibiya, virtually via a Zoom connection. Mr. Sibiya, welcome to the program yet again today. Perhaps we can start our conversation today on why the U.S. markets have closed down. Perhaps yes, angiphinza umbuto benguvusela nje and welcoming you to the program today. I want us to start our conversation today and look at why the US markets closed down. Esukwini la Itolo.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ngumado, and good afternoon to the viewers.
Okay.
Now.
We want to apologize to Mbugeli Nzaba Lenkulu network connection lesinayo ke na Mr. Sibiya. Sitawufuna nje kubuka kakhulu indzaba engcenye isalungiseka network lesifuna ukubuka namuhla is the reason why the US markets closed down yesterday. Nenzabe kwekuthi Asia markets nanawo akhombisa kwehla, the South African markets on the other side nanawo are currently in the red, and then we will close with the rand gaining strength against major currencies. Maybe looking at that, while we also acknowledge Gutsi Itolo, there was jovial markets in Asia and the United States with downs in Europe. We also looked Itolo into Brent crude and gold, la kombise gwehla, and Mr. Sibiya was chazele the relationship between gold and Brent crude. Kuphinze sichumane naye utawukhona kusichazela kabanti ngawo lama markets lawa, but nje indzaba lenkulu kakhulu, the United States markets have closed down. We are not really sure as to what the reasons behind that are, but we are hoping that as Mr. Sibiya tries to connect with us again, we will know for sure. Mr. Sibiya, we have you on the program again. Thank you so much for joining us. We do understand the network challenges that you are facing on your end. Ngabe kusichazela nje as to why the US markets closed down yesterday. I think we should take an ad break. We'll return shortly.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76222000 or dial *007 *3 *7#, or you can use Eswatini Imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Before Kabanga Nsimbi yesibili, Mr. Spear, welcome back to the program. Bese safuna kuva ukuthi engabe tithinti izathu futhi ukuthi the US markets closed down yesterday.
Thank you, Mr. Nxumalo. It's now ungayibuka lena nginga akusiko nje ukuthi kuse US kuphela ku stock market ephansi. Siyabona nje ukuthi na ubuka eEurope uhamba uye Asia uphindze ubuyele nakhona America donke market ephansi nakhona lapha eSouth Africa. So lokho singakubuka etasithi kungilenkinga ukuthi the market ethu across the globe sazama kubuka na economic calendar lekhona na ungathi uyabuka nje eUK sigatsile ukuthi chancellor Hunt, chancellor of the exchequer, ipresent spring budget khona kusasa noma kona lamalanga lawa. Nasibuka nase-US sigatsile ukuthi kuphume donut inombolo demisebenzi ukuthi ngabe unemployment ime kanjani. Na uhamba uyakhona eAsia kufuna sibone ukuthi ingabe lele bakuzama ukuplana bo President Xi Jinping na chancellor or the governor of the Bank of China ngabe kutawuhamba kanjani. Sibonile iChina yona iyazama ukuthi ithembise umhlaba ukuthi ngabe economy yakhona itawuphukhula ngabo 5% nakulomnyaka. Kodwa nasibathe siyabuka imarket bathi yazama ukubuka konke lokho kwendeka siyabona ukuthi China population yakhona ayikhona ukukhula ngendlela yakhona. So nyalo le strategy lazama kusiletha China ukuthi utawufocus on the tech sector and improving on artificial intelligence. So imarket esazama ukubuka lokuthi ngabe kutawuhamba kanjani. So sikhathi namhle eAmerica siyabona ukuthi ngoleli langa lekuthiwa ngiSuper Tuesday. So sikhathi lema voters uzathi asitshela ukuthi ngibani lo tawumelela the Republican Party and ngibani lo tawumelela the Democrats in the election endeka kulomnyaka. So lelo nombolo leto leti dasitshengisa ukuthi ngabe imarket ifuna ihambe kanjani ngoba siyambona President Trump na itolo bamvumele ukuthi cha kude tinkantolo letikubona ngazo ukuthi kungakuvimba lo President Trump ukuthi alihambe funa namuhla. So the market yakubuka konke lokho basiyaphi ukuthi policies za President Trump ahluke kakhulu kuna President Biden. So uma sekunguye lo tawumelele ama Democrats kusho ukuthi iAmerica kufuna sala brace for any kuthiwa yini le policy shift. So lokunye lesikubukile ngiloko ukuthi kutophuma yona le nombolo demisebenzi khona eAmerica namhla akuna kuleli viki leli. So manje iphuma leto nombolo ngitwana titasitshela ukuthi ngabe lele sikugatsile ngalama interest rates kutawenda nini ngoba imarket kulamalanga ihanjiswa ngilama interest rates lama expectations ukuthi kufuneka aqale ehle. Kodwa ngabe inombolo demisebenzi so tiyachubeka kuhlala ngetulu kwalo 5% sitawubona ukuthi imarket seyingede yahamba ngalendlela beyibheke.
Konke lokho lokuchaza kwa Mr. Spear ngiyabona lo ukuthi why is the South African currency gaining strength against major currencies, but I would have loved to learn why the South African markets are currently in the red with all these developments happening around the world. But isikhathi sethu sesilimele, hopefully kusasa sitawukhona kuku unpack lokho. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Spear. Sibonge nibabukele emakhaya sesifike emaphethelweni ehlelo lwethu lwalomhlanje. Sale kahle.